What's up, everybody, and welcome to the channel. Today, we're going to be taking a look at a Jazwares. Yeah, Jazwares. Today, we're going to be taking a look at a Jazwares All Elite Wrestling AEW Ethan Page. Now, I don't know how long this guy's been out, but I've been trying to find this one for quite some time. It finally showed up at our GameStop. I am not that big of an AEW fan anymore. I used to watch AEW, and I kind of got sick of it. Yeah. Plus, Ethan Page left. He is now with WWE, which is fantastic, or NXT, which is great. Super excited, super happy. If you guys are unfamiliar, if you guys only know Ethan Page from the wrestling aspect of it, Ethan Page is a huge action figure collector. He collects Marvel Legends, man, Power Rangers, Mortal Kombat, a bunch of cool stuff. I used to love his toy hunts and all that stuff. So when a fellow collector gets an action figure, I definitely got to pick it up. So I bought this one not because of wrestling, but because he's an awesome dude and a big collector as well. So I'm glad I finally found this one. And if I can only find a Danhausen figure, it'd be fantastic. So don't know really what they expect with these AEW figures. Some of them look good, some of them look like crap. This is the Unrivaled collection, number 146 in Series 15, so there's quite a few of them. We got AEW logo on the side here. We got Ethan Page here flexing. AEW on the side here. We got a picture of Ethan Page here. And we have Ethan Page here. Gold on top there. And then on the back, we have a image of Ethan Page. Stupid ring light. Yeah, we got Ethan Page here. And it's from Dynamite, March 10th, 2021. The picture is. And on the bottom here, we have a few other figures in the wave. So we got Samoa Joe, Ethan Page, Danny Garcia, the Devil, MJF, Chris Jericho, and Saraya, or as most people would know her, Page. I think AEW definitely fumbled with Ethan Page, man. Dude's an awesome wrestler. Plus, he's Canadian like me. Yeah, go Canada. Not really. But yeah, we'll be right back with Ethan Page outside of the package. All right, guys, we are back and we have Ethan Page outside of the package. So let's get a closer look at accessories first. He comes with one extra hand, which is his signature. I'm going to say pose, but he does this little thing like this. So obviously he's got to have this little finger with him. And he comes with another head sculpt, which is his kind of relaxed, just smiling, smirking type of head sculpt. Not a fan of that. His hair and his beard doesn't line up. It looks kind of stupid, and you can see that the paint is very, very thin on the side of his face there. So, yeah, there's a big gap on both sides, which it's not great. I don't like the overall appearance of it. But the fade, his hair looks nice. I think that looks pretty good. Maybe not on camera, but in person it looks pretty decent. His eyebrows, eyes, and all that stuff are sculpted nicely. And then we get a closer look at his jacket. I think the jacket is probably the best part of the figure. The jacket looks fantastic. Really, really liking the overall design. Really, really liking the paint application on this one. Looks fantastic. But I gotta be honest, guys, the bloody thing stinks, man. It smells really, really bad. Like a weird, cheap plasticky, gross smell. That's a poor description, but yeah, it doesn't smell that great. It smells like a bag full of ass. And as for the box, I tried to get it open, but it's a weird looking box. This one was $29.99 at our local GameStop. If you are an Edge member, you will save a couple bucks, which is good. And obviously, I'm a Edge Platinum member, so I saved a few dollars. I took his jacket off because I got to cover articulation, but yeah, that is the Screaming Head Sculpt. It is a little bit better. Not so much of a big gap there between his beard and his hair. The fade still looks pretty good though. I think they did a better job on this head sculpt. I do like the smiling one a little bit more than the screaming one, but that being said, still pretty decent head sculpts. The body itself, man, I think it's a good sculpt, man. It's pretty accurate to Ethan Page. The proportions are good on it. The joints are pretty good. Now, the only thing I don't like about the AEW figures or the Jazwares, Jazwares, yeah, the only thing I don't like about these figures is the huge peg holes, man. They're massive. I'm a big fan of pinless joints, so they may be ugly looking joints, but they're very, very smooth. Not sticky at all. A little bit loose, but at the same time, nice. Getting down to his trunks. Pretty decent paint application on that. And then we get down to the back here. We get an all ego on the back, which is good. His knee pads and all that stuff are painted nicely. Wristbands are painted decently as well. Then we get down to the boots, no real design, just a big chunk of black plastic. As far as wrestling figures go, I think it's a pretty decent figure. Obviously, it does look like Ethan Page. The Screaming one, not so much. Is it identical? No, not identical, but it's pretty damn good. So we had a closer look. Let's go over articulation. So for his head, goes back this far, forward this far. You don't get any side to side, so you just have this bob peg and hinge kind of set up here. So you get awesome range of motion back and forth, but like I said, it does spin all the way around, but like I said, you don't get any side to side. For the shoulders, goes up this far. There's a rotation at the base there. It does go all the way around. You got your bicep swivel. And then you have double jointed elbows, which you get a decent range of motion out of that. And as for the wrist, this one actually goes back and forth all the way around. And this one is back and forth and all the way around. So let's get them back to a good pose here. We got a ball joint up top here that goes back this far, forward this far. So decent range of motion of that. Comes off pretty easy. Don't move it side to side too much. It will pop out, but it goes in nice and easy. That rotates all the way around, and then we have another ball joint down here, which goes back this far, forward this far. You don't really get any side to side, but yeah, same thing with that one. If you try to spin it all the way around, uh, it will pop out. So you don't get a full rotation all the way around. Almost a full split for all ego, Ethan Page. Legs go forward this far, back this far, so not too bad there. We have a upper thigh cut. We have double jointed knees, which is kind of restricted by his knee pads. Not a bad range of motion though, all the same. And as for the boot, it rotates all the way around. For his ankles, goes back, forward. You have your full rotation out of your rocker. So pretty standard articulation, pretty good articulation in my personal opinion. His elbows are a tad bit gummy, but I did have to put a lot of pressure to get this off because on his arms, yeah, this on his arms and under the jacket, and man, was it very, very difficult to get his jacket kind of off because his arms would not move back. This kind of hindered the movement, so I couldn't get his arms back to get his jacket off, which kind of sucked. Let's pop another head sculpt. That pops off, pops back on, nice and easy. I say nice and easy, but yeah, pops on nice and easy. There we have it. And let's pop on his hand so we can do that cocky little pose that he does. Oh, you go, baby. There we have it. Nice and cool. Let's attempt to put on his jacket. So you're going to want to take his hands off. Personally, I think that is the best way. Usually you can just put his hands like this and kind of put his arm over like this. Usually it helps to get his arms in. And let's try to do that on camera here. One arm in. Let's get the other one back. It's pretty stiff, guys. It's pretty difficult in my personal opinion. I do not like it. I'm going to get mad, bro. Have a bit of patience. Don't pry on the joints too much, and his arms will eventually slide in. Yeah. Here we have him. Put his jacket on. You're not going to get a whole lot of range of motion out of that at all. Very, very restricted with his jacket on. Obviously, it's a, not a super stiff plastic, but stiff enough that you can't really bend his arms without putting a lot of pressure on the joints. So if you want to put his jacket on and try to get him into his pose, it's not happening. You want to get his arms up, not really happening. You can get a little bit of range of motion out of it, but for the most part, man, you're not getting a whole lot of range of motion with that jacket on. So unfortunate, but kind of a bummer to be honest. But there you have it. Not going to waste too much time. I like to keep my reviews quick, to the point. This is going to wrap it up for me. Let me know what you think of this figure. Let us know what you think of the review. And yeah, are you guys a fan of All Ego Ethan Page? Since he joined NXT, he doesn't really do toy hunt videos. Obviously, Mr. Big Tom now. Uh, yeah, still had to pick him up, man. If you like their video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and turn on that notification bell to keep you up to date with all of our nonsense that we put out on this channel. As always, my friends, we hope you enjoyed this review, and we hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Keep collecting, stay safe, go buy some toys. Crotch shot.